Candace Owens versus college, round one. Just kidding. So, Candace was recently doing a college tour in which you go around, you give a little speech, and then it typically ends with a Q&A where anyone can ask you anything. And what it looks like now is, if it's a conservative, there will be liberal students that attempt to do the Q&A and try and dunk on the conservative speaker, and that happened to a few times with Candace. The difference is, this is Candace. She's also very pregnant. I think this tour was just a contractual obligation, so I don't even know if she wanted to be on it, but she's just kind of had it. And I picked this clip out in particular because I do think there's a lot more behind this than just a Candace dunk moment. So let's look at her interaction with a liberal student who came and attempted to approach her. So here's the clip, and then we'll talk.
And students on this campus who actively feel victimized by your presence here today. Additionally, you just pointed out that this man detransitioned, but earlier in your speech,
Guys, I want to hear her. Go ahead. What do I have to say? Just the question, please. No speech. What is the question?
What do you have to say to the trans students on this campus who feel actively victimized by your presence here?
Life's tough. Get a helmet, man. I'm too pregnant for this. Next question.
This is one of my many problems with universities today. They are supposed to prepare young people to go out and be in the workforce. They are supposed to challenge you. They are supposed to challenge your ideas and your thoughts, and there's supposed to be debate and disagreement. And when you leave college with all that student debt that you rack up, you should at least have the investment in yourself. That investment should pay off in you being a productive member of society, you being a desirable hire, you being able to be just a good citizen and a good member of society. Instead, they're teaching kids how to be indoctrinated militant activists and who don't have emotional maturity. So what this person is saying, let's give this subject matter, let's put that aside because that's not the point that I'm making right now. The point that I'm making is Candace Owens, whether you like her or don't like her, she has never called for harm on anyone. She criticizes ideas and she gives her idea, but calling harm on anyone, I've never ever seen her do. Yet students at this university are saying just the mere fact that you're here makes us feel unsafe. And why is that? It's because Candace has different ideas than what they do, and she challenges their ideas. Well, guess what? When you're in the workforce, when you're in the real world, you don't get to choose who you interact with. You don't get to choose who you work with. You don't get to choose a lot of things. And if this is triggering to you, how is it going to be in the workforce and when you're in the real world? You cannot control what other people say to you. You cannot control other people's ideas and what they think and what they do. And if you do come across someone when you're in a professional setting, you have to know how to appropriately and maturely handle yourself. I think a lot of the frustration and a lot of the grievances that comes from the far left is this idea that they feel like their ideology should be able to control all of society, and that's just not how it works. It's in fact the opposite, and it doesn't matter who you are. Like me posting videos or talking to people, I get nasty comments all the time. I get people that don't like me, they don't like my ideas, they don't like how I look or how I sound. And if I felt this way anytime anyone criticized me, I wouldn't be able to survive doing this. It's the same thing in the workforce. So that is Candace, everyone. I thought that was actually an appropriate and very real response to that question. And unfortunately, some of these kids need a bit of a reality check sometimes. Like the real world doesn't care about your feelings as much as you do, and the real world has different ideas than you do. And the definition of a liberal is to be able to coexist peacefully in a society with people that think and feel differently than you do. So anywho, those are my thoughts on that little moment with Candace. Let me know what you think and have a wonderful day. See you later.